per game. Defensively, drives per game. Defensively, drives allowing 87 points per game, allowing opponents to shoot 48% from the field and shoot 37% from beyond the arc. Something that bodes well here tonight for Williston State. They're averaging 17 fouls per game, 2.5 blocks, 8 steals, and 12 turnovers per contest. They're a negative 4.8 in the rebound margin here so far in the 2023-2024 season. Looking at their individual performers here throughout this point of the year, coming in and leading the way in their points per game. Up on top for the Thunderbirds, it is going to be Caden Redfield. He is averaging 19.9 a game. Houston Davis is coming in with 16.7. Looking at the rebounding leaders for this Thunderbirds team, again, it's Davis has the lead this time with 6.8, and Redfield in with 6.1. Looking over at Williston State and the Tetons, who would love a huge and call an upset win here tonight against the Thunderbirds. The Tetons lost their last game coming last night here at home against the Wildcats, and that was a blowout here with the Wildcats winning it 87-56. Tetons couldn't get going and after about the 18-minute mark of the first half, and then the Wildcats kept on the pressure early and often, getting up to a 35-point lead at one point. And the Tetons, so far on the season, with their 3-10 conference record, are scoring 76 points per game, shooting 42% from the field, 33% from beyond the arc, 70% from the line, pulling down 39 rebounds and 14.5 assists per game. The Tetons are allowing 86 points per game and allowing their opponents to shoot 47% from the floor, and including absolutely astronomical 40% from beyond the arc. Tetons are committing just under 13 fouls a game, getting 2.5 blocks, 7 steals, and they're committing 16 turnovers per. They are a plus 4.5 in the rebounding margin, pulling down 28 defensive and 10 offensive rebounds per game. Looking at the individual leaders for Williston State so far in this season, and it is Rex Sterling. He is pacing the way for Williston State on both scoring and rebounding. Sterling's averaging 19.6 per game. Tyler Best coming in next with 13.1. Tetons are still without Will Olson, who is battling mono, so we hope to get Will Olson before the end of the season. But if not, we hope that Will recovers here rather quickly. Leading the way for Williston State, Sterling coming in with 10.2 rebounds a game, so he is averaging a double-double on the year. Tyler Best in with 5 rebounds per contest, and on the assisting end, it's Ben Yambi with 3 rebounds. Yambi has, in the back half of this season, has worked his way into the starting lineup here for Williston State. So we'll have to see what the Tetons can come out and do against this Thunderbird team. 2 minutes left to go before we get underway here for the nightcap of the doubleheader for Teton men and women's basketball. The men will be up. We're going to take a quick 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have our final wrap-up and then the starting lineups. You're listening to Teton basketball right here on 660 Keys News Radio.
Coke Zero Sugar tastes so good, people will take a taste any way they can. You never know when your best friend will lunge across a table and grab for it. A stranger could subtly swipe it, or your little brother might just ask for one too many sips. So no matter what you're doing or who you're with, while you're enjoying a Coke Zero Sugar, be ready to protect it at all times, because one sip begs the question, is this the best Coke ever? Take a taste and see.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto at WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for details.
Mike Gooder back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons and the Thunderbirds looking to get after it here in the second of 2 games tonight. as we're keeping also our eye on the final 127 of the women's game over in Bottineau Science, and Bottineau Science has a 3-point lead over Bottineau, and it was just about 5 minutes ago on that clock. It was a 10-point game, so the Lumberjacks are on a 7-0 run. We'll see if they can close the gap. If they can and are able to get the win, that would put Williston State a full 3 games ahead in conference play. Starting with now the pregame introductions here out on the court. United Tribe coming into the game wearing road white uniforms with black lettering and red trim. Tetons will be in their green uniforms with white lettering and black and white trim. Coming out first for the Thunderbirds is going to be number 5, Jacoby Pearson, a 6'3 freshman guard from Fort Taunton. Next out, number 12, Trey Huggs, a 6'5 sophomore guard from Hardin, Montana. Number 15, Houston Davis, a 6'4 forward freshman from Belcourt. Number 24, Caden Redfield, a 6'5 sophomore forward from Hardin, Montana. And number 32, Riley Spoonhunter, a 6'3 sophomore guard from Browning, Montana. So starting 5 out on the court for the Thunderbirds, now waiting for the starting lineup for the home team on tonight's scoreboard, the Williston State Tetons. Coming out first for the Tetons is going to be a freshman guard, standing 6'3" tall from Omaha, Nebraska, Makai Marks. Next up, number 20, a 6'6 freshman combo guard from Melbourne, Australia, Tyler Best. Next out, Richard Massey, a 6'1 freshman guard from Katy, Texas. Out next, wearing number 23, a 6'2" freshman guard from Stockholm, Sweden, Benjamin Yambi. And rounding out the starting lineups for Williston State is going to be number 25, Rex Sterling, 6'8" tall from Melbourne, Australia. Tetons are coached by Alex Herman and assisted by Apollo Beck. So a different starting lineup for the Tetons from last night as Massey gets the start instead of Feller. So Tetons will have to see how they use the bench here in this one, as they've been going about 11 deep. So they'll look to get after it here, starting off with a different look. It'll be a tip-off coming in the center circle. It will be Redfield going up against Sterling. Sterling getting a good 3 inches on Redfield in the center circle. We'll see who can take the jump. There's the jump. It'll be taken away by Redfield. Over to Spoonhunter. Up on top, it'll go to Huggs. He'll walk it up across the timeline for the Thunderbirds. And the ball off to Pearson. Tetons get back. They're getting into their zone. 2-3 matchup zone now to Redfield. He has it on the elbow, back to the perimeter. Huggs with a 3-pointer. That's going to be up and in. Trey Huggs knocks down a triple, and the Thunderbirds take an early 3-0 lead. Full court press coming for Tribes. Massey has it back to Yambi, who will push it up across the timeline. Up on top to Best, back to Marks. Thought about a 3-pointer, didn't take it. Yambi up on top, back to Best. He'll hand it back off to Yambi. Sterling up on top now. Tetons looking to find some action on their first set. Best, backdoor cut to Sterling, nothing home. Best hands it now underneath to Sterling. Bullet pass to Marks in the corner. Late rotation by the Thunderbirds, and Makai Marks knocks it down. We're all knotted up at 3 apiece here with 19:08 left to go in the first half. Davis has it, swinging around over to Huggs. He knocked down the first triple of the game. Redfield with a shot from the elbow, knocks it down. Caden Redfield so good in the mid-range, and the 2-point lead back for United Tribes. Yambi bullet pass up to Marks across the timeline. Marks gets it off to Yambi, and it's going to hit off his foot and out of bounds. Tetons turn it over. 18:48 left to go in the first, and now it'll be the Thunderbirds taking over. Tetons looking to set the intensity defensively here to start this game. Inbounding the ball will be Davis. He'll get into Huggs up on top. Huggs over on the far wing to Pearson. Back up on top to Davis. Now to Spoonhunter. Into the corner looking for Pearson, but a little miscommunication, and the Thunderbirds will give it away. Now back-to-back turnovers. 2-point lead for United Tribes. Here just over 18.5 left to go. More full court press. Long pass over to Sterling. Gets it across the timeline. He'll be trapped. Back out to Yambi in the corner from Marks. Back up to Yambi. Massey on the drive. He's going to get through. Richard Massey with the layup in for 2. And we're all tied up now at 5 apiece. Massey and Yambi have been much more aggressive as of late on the drive. Spoonhunter driving. He's going to dip it off underneath to Davis. He's left all alone on the baseline. So Houston Davis with his first bucket. 2-point lead once again for the Thunderbirds. Up to Yambi. He'll push it up across into the teeth of that trapping zone. They find Best. Best looks to drive. He'll kick into the corner for Marks. Open look for Marks. Three-pointer on the way, and that's good. Makai Marks with 6 points in the game already, and the Tetons are up by 1, 8-7. Back comes Huggs. He'll bring it across over to Pearson on the wing in the corner for Davis. Davis with a big three, and he'll knock it down. Houston Davis with a three in the corner. Now back to a 2-point lead for Tribes. Yambi gets the ball from Massey. He'll work his way up. He'll stop over into the backcourt. Yambi gets a lane. He's going to drive, little running floater, and that'll be a foul called on Riley Spoonhunter. First team personal here with 17:32 left to go in the first. And that's going to be 2 shots from the line coming for Richard Massey. So Massey with a chance to tie it up here with 17:32 left to go. Neither team went to the bench yet. We'll see who makes a trigger and a change first. Massey at the stripe for his first of 2, up and rattles that one home. He'll have one more coming. Now a 1-point game. Chance for the Tetons to tie it up. Maybe a high-scoring affair here tonight in Williston. Next one on the way for Massey. He goes 2 for 2 from the line. Now 10-all. Back up comes Williston State. Huggs working up the court. He'll flip it over to Redfield. Up on top to Davis. Davis flips it over to Huggs again for 3. Off the mark. No good. Back comes Tyler Best after the rebound. Best in the corner to Yambi. Look underneath for Sterling. Best with a drive. Dribbles behind his back. He's going to get up and bank it. High angle off the glass. Tyler Best gets his first 2 points. Long pass up to Spoonhunter. He's going to drive on Sterling. Flips up. No good. Gets his own rebound. He'll pull it back up on top. Davis for another 3. That one's going to be off. No good. Sterling gets the rebound. And Best just about loses it out of bounds. He grabs it and he'll push it up the court. Under 17 minutes left to go. Best drives it over to Massey. Massey looking to penetrate, and there's going to be a foul called underneath as Massey had the mismatch being guarded by Spoonhunter, and Tyson Inget will be the first one to come in. We'll see who that foul is on for United Tribes. That is going to be on Spoonhunter as Marks will check out of the game for Williston State. Tyson Inget coming in. So Spoonhunter already with 2 fouls here in the first 3+ minutes. Yambi gets it into Sterling on the post. Up on top to Massey. 3-pointer up, no good. Be pulled down by Davis. He jumped on and pulled it away from Best. They're going to get it over to Spoonhunter into the corner. 3-pointer from Pearson's going to be off, no good. Sterling tips it up. He'll pull it down. Back it all to Inget. Inget looking to push the issue over to Best. Best gets into the paint. He'll get it into Massey. Baseline drive. Looking for Sterling. Couldn't find him. Back to Best. Baseline drive from Best in the corner. Yambi wide open for 3. Off the mark, no good. Sterling couldn't grab it into the hands of Pearson. Back comes the Tribe. Tetons on the high side by 2. Up Spoonhunter in rhythm for 3, no good. And that'll be a foul coming to Caden Redfield. Third team foul. First personal on Redfield. So that'll be inbound ball coming for Williston State here with 16:11 left to go. Inget gets the ball. He'll wait for the defense to set up. Long pass over to Sterling across the timeline. Sterling's going to take Davis on the drive. He's going to go kick it into the corner to Best. Open 3 for Tyler. Off the mark. Massey with the offensive board. And there's going to be a foul underneath. And that one is going to be on Rex Sterling. He'll pick up his first foul. He got tangled up on the rebound. And he just hung his head and walked back down to the defensive end. 15:50 left to go. Back comes Huggs. He'll get it over to Davis. Flip pass up on top to Redfield. Back it'll go to Huggs on the perimeter. Good closeout by Massey. Picks up a screen. Pick and roll. Nothing there. Spoonhunter. Good closeout again by Yambi. Here comes a long 2-point shot from Caden Redfield, who knocks down another mid-range jumper. Even up at 12 apiece. Yambi over to Inget. He'll push it across to Massey. Massey back to Inget. Now march it across the timeline. Under 15.5 left. Pass out to Yambi. He's going to drive. Here you go. Flip shot up, and Ben Yambi gets the floater to up and in. Tetons back up by 2, 14-12. Long pass out to Redfield. He'll march it across the timeline. Good defense by Yambi. Euro steps through. He's going to lose the ball on the way up. Massey comes down to the rebound. Out to Inget. A 2-on-1 break underneath to Yambi. Up and in and one. Ben Yambi absorbs the contact from Jacoby Pearson. That's the 4th team foul on the Thunderbirds here with 15:02 left to go. Richard Massey set to come back into the game. Cam Doust also set to check in for the Tetons. Doust will be coming into the game for Sterling. The Tetons set to make the substitution here. And Yambi will be subbed in for for Feller. So Yambi looking to complete the three-point play. One shot at the line. That one is going to be up and in. Tetons now up by 5 points, 17-12. Back up the court come the Thunderbirds. Feller guarding Huggs. Back up now over to Davis. Back to Huggs. He'll get it to Redfield across the timeline. Tetons, good job recovering to get in their half-court 2-3 zone. Huggs up on top. He's waiting for something to happen. Hand it off to Pearson. Now to Davis. Gets it over to Spoonhunter. Spoonhunter driving. He'll flip it out into the corner. Extra pass. Good close out by Inget. He's a tenacious defender. Spoonhunter, it's going to be into the corner for Pearson again, working on Best. Pull-up jumper, no good. Pulled down by Massey. Up to Inget. Tetons looking to push. They don't have numbers. Best was on the perimeter. Inget up to Massey. In the corner. Best. Open three. That one no good. It'll be pulled down by Spoonhunter. He'll push it down the court. He's going to take it the whole way up to the top of the perimeter. Now over. Huggs with an open look. That's going to take a high bounce. No good. Pulled down by Tyler Best. Both teams putting it up and down here in this one. Best gets it out to Massey. Massey will work around on top. He'll flip it up on top to Inget. Keeps the dribble alive. He'll curl over to the far wing to Feller. Feller rises and fires in and out. No good. Pulled down by Redfield. Redfield looking to push the issue. He's going to be stopped by Inget up on top. They get it underneath to Davis. Davis, high angle off over top, and Dowse will keep it away from him. A little bit of a tussle between the two. Coach Sherman says, hey, let's settle down. 13:43 left to go. Tetons still up by 5, 17-12. Inget on the drive. He's going to go high up. No good. Tipped down by Best. Will put it up, and Tyler Best with two more. Tetons now up by 7, 19-12. Long pass over to Spoonhunter. Back it'll go to Davis. Now he kicks it up to Pearson. Into the paint to Redfield. Turnaround jumper, and he's knocked down. 3 shots now from the high elbow. And there's going to be a timeout. And there's going to be a warning. And it looks like it's going to go on Trey Huggs for delay as he tapped the ball away from the Tetons. We have a media timeout on the court. There's going to be 4 new Thunderbirds and a couple of new Tetons when we come back. We're going to take a 1-minute break. Back in 60 seconds.
G&G Pharmacy, an independent, locally owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug toys available at their downtown service truck location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mike and we're back here. Tetons have Johnson as well as Marks back in the game. Dallas gets it just across the timeline. Bounce pass over to Inget. He'll push through picks up the dribble, just about pushed off. Feller open, look for 3 on the way, just off the mark, no good. Offense stolen away by the Tetons. Marks bullet pass over to Dallas. Back to Inget. He's going to go on the baseline drive. He'll hang, throw it up and into for Tyson Inget, his first of the game. Back up the court for the Thunderbirds. Teal soaring Eagles. Get it over to Hudda Curry. Curry will hand it off to Redfield, the lone starter still in the game. Carlo, high post, now over to Curry. Underneath, it'll go to Redfield. Baseline J, that'll be off, no good. Tipped up in the air, pulled back down by Curry. Fresh shot clock for the Thunderbirds. They give it back to Redfield. Guarded by Marks. They get underneath, and that's going to be wide open. Mark Fassett misses the shot. Taken away by Feller. He'll kick it off to Inget. He'll push it up across the timeline. 21-14. Feller through the lane. He'll absorb contact, and Feller will go to the stripe. Foul's going to be on Hudda Curry. 15 foul, first personal on Curry, as Rex Sterling will set to come back into the game. So Curry commits the foul and puts Feller at the line for the pair. First one up by Feller will roll off, no good. He'll have one more coming here with 12:19 left to go. Dowse coming out of the game. And he got some early minutes after Sterling picked up his first. Now let's see if they can't get the big man going underneath. Going to be up for the second one from Feller. That's going to be no good. So a rare 0 for 2 from the line for Feller. Back comes Redfield. He pulls up in transition, and that one's going to be no good. Offensive putback up and in by Soaring Eagle. That'll make it 12-21-16. The Tetons looking to clean up the board. Johnson, flip pass underneath to Feller. Long pass over to Inget up on top. He'll set up the Tetons in the half court. Sterling was open underneath, couldn't see him. As Sterling now gets the ball on the low post, looking to work against Redfield. Drop step, and they're going to be called a foul on Sterling. Shuffled his pivot feet as Sterling is chomping at the bit to get after it here this afternoon. Tetons give it back, leading by 5, 21-16. Still on the front half of half number 1. Soaring Eagle working on Feller up the court. He'll cross over, looking to get it high post now to Curry. Curry backs it out to Soaring Eagle. Gets it over now to Redfield. Pulls up from the high elbow, and Redfield knocks down another one. He already has 8 points in the first half. Back come the Tetons, leading by 3. It's been a run coming out, and it'll be a long pass just about poked away from the Tetons. Now it's going to be Sterling posting up underneath on Curry. Little confusion by the Tetons, and Redfield with the steal. Here's Inget down to the low post. He's going to flip up for Redfield, who's going to tip it up and in. 2 more points for Redfield, and it's a 1-point game. So a 6-0 run. They get it to Marks across the timeline. Now to Feller. Feller down to the post. Getting it over to Sterling. Sterling has it one-on-one with Curry. Steps baseline. Steps back out to Feller in the corner for 3. Off the mark, no good. Tipped out by Johnson. Going to be pinballed around. Picked up, flipped up. Finally, it's going to be stolen away by Sterling. He'll get it off to Inget. Yambi and Olsen will come back in on the next stop for Williston State. Inget slowing things down. Inget taking a takeoff. He'll kick it out to Johnson. Johnson for 3. That's going to be no good. Sterling's going to take it down. He'll push it up, and he's going to be hit. No call on that one. Long rebound comes out. They get it to Redfield in the corner. Bounce pass into Soaring Eagle. They kick it out to Carlo for 3 for the lead. That's no good. Sterling comes down to the board. He'll get it back out to Inget. Closing in on 10 minutes left. 10-17 and counting here in the first half. Inget across the timeline. Sterling sets a big screen. Inget's going to look to drive. He's going to go up, absorb contact, and that'll just roll out. Defense by Fassett. Back comes Carlo. Carlo will swing it over to Soaring Eagle. Looking to get it up to Redfield. Has it up on top. He'll swing through against Johnson from the near elbow, and he knocks another one down from the elbow. That gives the Thunderbirds a 1-point lead, 22-21. Now it's Massey, Yambi, and Olsen set to come in the game. Sterling has to throw it inbounds after the long pass from Feller. In the corner, it'll go to Marks. Up on the high post to Sterling. He's going to drive, get through, flip it up, gets his own rebound after the miss, and another big rake across the arms, no foul. Redfield gets the ball after the pass out from Fassett. Here he comes underneath. It'll be up and in. 2 more for Carlo. And there'll be a timeout on the court called by Williston State. Coach Herman wants a short one, and he has some word for the officials why Sterling isn't getting any fouls down underneath. We'll have a 30-second break. 9:24 left to go on the American State Bank scoreboard. Back in half a minute.
On Sundays, your NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings. With 63 HD TVs having the NFL package, you will not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rieger Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beers, sports.
Mike Ritter back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. It's a 12-2 run for the Thunderbirds here as we are now halfway through the first. 9:24 left to go. United Tribes up 24-21. Yambi long pass over to Sterling on the wing. Get it back to Yambi. The Tetons will set up in the half court. Yambi gets a screen from Sterling. Yambi now is going to get an open three-pointer, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Sterling. Sterling didn't get a breath of contact on that screen that they called moving against Mark Fassett. So they're calling it on the action, not on the actual contact. High post, it goes to Curry. He'll get it back over to Soaring Eagle. In the corner now to Carlo. He'll bring it back up on top. Fassett has it. High post. Going to get it on down underneath back to Curry. Drop step, hook shot, up and in for Curry. 2 more points, and it's a 5-point lead by the Thunderbirds. Ty Moccasin in for Redfield. More full court press coming for the Thunderbirds. Massey gets it on the wing. He'll kick it back out to Yambi on top. Yambi on the drive, step through, and that's going to be a foul called on the floor. That'll be another foul on the Thunderbirds, coming with 8:42 left to go. Set to come in the game will be Tevin Dietz will be checking in. So Dietz coming into the game. He'll come in for Inget. So Dietz gets some early play in this first half. Yambi looking to get it up. He'll get it up on top to Dietz. Looking to work his way around over to Yambi. Still looking to get Sterling going. Yambi uses the drive, gets underneath, flips it over to Best. Best back to Yambi in the corner, back to Best. Can't quite find Sterling. Best gets it out to Massey. Massey driving. Best in the corner, 3-pointer on the way, and that's going to be no good. And it'll be pulled down by Moccasin. 5-point lead with the Thunderbirds looking to extend that over to Fassett. Good closeout by Dietz on the perimeter. Fassett now over to Curry. Curry back to Fassett. He's going to fire with Yambi right in his face, and that's Fassett with a 3-pointer. Now, that is going to be up to an 8-point game. Tetons looking to go offensively. Sterling gets it on the low post. Underneath to Dietz. Good cut up and in it goes. Tevin Dietz for 2. Breaks the dry streak for the Tetons. Back within now 6 points. Back of the court come the Thunderbirds. Curry on the drive, cut up by Yambi. High post is going to go. Moccasin fires. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Pulled down by Yambi. Yambi pushes it up over to Massey. Massey drives. He gets a lane, lays it up and in. Richard Massey with 2 more. Tetons back within 4. 7.5 left to go. Bringing it up the court is Soaring Eagle. Dietz with them good, tough on-ball defense. Tetons get back into their 2-3. Fassett was left open, and he's going to knock another one down. Mark Fassett Jr. with another triple. Back out to 7 points. Massey gets a long pass. He's trying to find Sterling underneath. Now to Best. Back up to Yambi. Now Dietz gives it back to Yambi. Yambi will fire from range. That's going to be off the back. No good. Sterling with a long rebound at the perimeter. He'll drive, spin, stop, and he's going to be called for another travel. As we have a media timeout, and Sterling absolutely had his pivot foot down on that one. But it'll be a turnover on the Tetons. 6:56 left to go. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout.
American State Bank and Trust Company of Williston is proud to support area student activities. We salute the dedication of all students involved in sports and other extracurricular school activities. Your hard work and dedication shows in the gym, on the field, and in the classroom. ASB has accounts and services to fit a student's busy lifestyle, too. Check them out at asbt.com. Here to make our community better, that's American State Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
Your education shouldn't mean putting your life on hold. Wherever you are in life, Williston State College has you covered. With our flexible and convenient Associate and Associate of Applied Science programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the needs of your lifestyle. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs to choose from, our dedicated faculty are here to help you achieve your career goals. Visit willistonstate.edu/apply or call 701-774-4200 to learn more. Williston State College, where the people make the difference.
Mike Ritter back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. It is a 7-point lead for United Tribes here with 6:56 left to go. Tetons again had a break in their offensive efficiency. Tribes going back up the court, up on top of the perimeter. Moccasin has it. Looking to kick it around, up on top to Curry. Give it off to Soaring Eagle from the stripe, up no good. Offensive rebound is going to be taken away by the Thunderbirds. Long pass out onto the perimeter to Fassett. Looking to drive on Dietz. Flips it up to Curry. Curry using his off arm to keep away Sterling. That's going to be a forced miss, no good. Offensive rebound again, and another shot missed, no good. Curry tries to save it and does into Soaring Eagle. Back up on the high post. Moccasin looking for a teammate to get it off. No one open. Finds Fassett curling around. He's going to throw a wild one up. No good. Finally, Sterling comes away with it. He'll get it off to Dietz and the Tetons. Looking to push up the court. Long pass to Massey. He fires in transition. That'll be an air ball on the Tetons, and their shooting woes continue. Back cut comes. Three-pointer on the way from Carlo. That'll be a miss. No good. Fassett, shortest man on the court, gets the offensive board over to Carlo, who puts in the floater for two more. 34-25, 9-point lead. The second unit for Tribe is beating the ones for the Tetons here over the last couple of minutes. Yambi up on top. He gets it to Dietz. Dietz crosses over, drives on Fassett, looking to get away from it. He'll be gobbled up by a couple of defenders, and there's going to be a foul called on Moccasin. A little bit of a bailout foul there as Dietz was in danger of being tied up. That'll be a 1-and-1 coming for Tevin Dietz. He'll be at the stripe to try to close the gap a little bit. If he can knock down both halves, he can get it down to 7. Dietz at the line for his first of two. Out off the mark it goes, and the Tetons having shooting woes even from the charity stripe. Fassett gets a long pass from Soaring Eagle. Kicks it into the corner over to Carlo. Back out now to Soaring Eagle. Into the corner, back to Fassett. He fires another one from range, and it'll stick into the crook of the backboard and the rim. And that'll be a jump ball. Gives the alternating arrow back to Williston State. Carlo will be checking out of the game for United Tribes. Coming back in is Riley Spoonhunter. Full court press coming in for the Thunderbirds. They go with a 1-3-1 trapping defense. Dietz gets the ball. He'll bounce it across the timeline to Massey. Back to Yambi up on top. Find Best. Hands it back to Yambi. Looking to get it off to Sterling now up on top. Back out to Best. Best curls around. He's going to look to get a lane. Can't find anything, and he's going to lose it underneath. Back out to Massey. He'll find Sterling up on top. Sterling three-pointer. That's in and out. No good. No one can get a drop for the Tetons. And the shooting woes continue. Here comes a drive underneath for the Thunderbirds. Up on top to Soaring Eagle, and he's going to be whistled for the travel. So Soaring Eagle with a little bit of a shimmy, and he'll give the ball back over to the Tetons. Back into the game for United Tribes is Caden Redfield. He'll come in for Mark Fassett Jr. Be more full court press coming for the Thunderbirds. Long pass into Tevin Dietz. He'll march it up, couple of dribbles, wait for the defense to react. Pull a pass underneath to Sterling, all alone, and Rex Sterling gets his first bucket of the game. What a dime from Tevin Dietz as the Tetons now trail just 34-27. Curry has it along the perimeter, working his way around, looking for someone. He finds Redfield on the elbow, and again, Caden Redfield knocks down the mid-range jumper. He'll get it back in, 9-point lead once again. Massey gets the ball, tried to find Sterling underneath, just reacted a little too late. Yambi on the drive, crosses over on Curry, puts it up, no good, tipped away. Yambi can't quite get there, pulled away by Soaring Eagle. He's weaving through traffic, and the Thunderbirds come down with the ball in the half court. Redfield again, bullet pass underneath, and it'll be up and under, no good by Moccasin. He hits the bottom of the rim. It'll be slapped out of Tevin Dietz's hand. You can hear the skin-on-skin contact from up in the booth. As out of the game will be going Dietz. Back in is Tyson Inget with just 3:59 left to go in the first. Tetons looking to go. They need to go on a run and start hitting some shots. Inbound play goes into Inget. He'll be guarded by Spoonhunter up the court. Tyson with the quick first step gets into the half court. He clears over. Tyson drives into the corner. Best open for three. In and out, no good. Sterling with the rebound. He's going to be a jump hook. That's going to be up, no good. So Rex again through contact puts it up, and it's just short off the front of the rim. Spoonhunter's three-pointer in transition. That's no good. Pulled down by Sterling, and he'll be fouled underneath. That one's going to go on Moccasin. So Moccasin picks up his second, and the Tetons will walk the length of the court here with 3:37 left to go. So coming out of the game will be Moccasin after picking up his second. Back in is Houston Davis, excuse me. So Rex Sterling at the stripe for his first half of the 1-and-1. Shot number one is on the way. That one will roll off the rim, so the Tetons cannot buy even a free throw. Here comes Redfield. Transition three-pointer for Redfield. Will hit the backboard. Back it goes to Inget. 3.5 and counting. Inget comes up to the near wing. He's going to try to weave through on a high angle, and in it goes. Tyson Inget takes contact He gets the bucket to drop and will go to the line to try and complete a three-point play. He can get the deficit down to 6 if he can knock down the one shot. So Inget took the big drive, used Sterling as a bit of a shield as he curled around the backside of the big man to get to the hole. That foul goes on Teal Soaring Eagle, his second. And the free throw is up and in, so Tyson completes the three-point play. Now 36-30, 3:20 left to go. Tetons looking to get some defensive stops. Coach Herman imploring them as they sink down to their 2-3. Davis into the corner, now to Redfield. High post up to Curry. Curry dribble, goes over to Soaring Eagle, gets it underneath to Curry, and that one will drop in there. To Curry with the 2-point shot. Pass underneath from Soaring Eagle. 38-30, 8-point lead. Hands it off, Best on the wing, waiting for Inget to come up on top. Inget thought about taking a drive, little second effort, and he'll going to be blocked out by Curry. Tried to go for the teardrop, just didn't have enough height on it. Curry up on top to Davis, looking underneath for Redfield, nothing there. Now Curry posting up, Redfield in the corner. He thought about a shot, he'll put it on the deck. High post to Curry, he'll get it off to Soaring Eagle. Cut off by Sterling, backdoor pass for Redfield, who puts it up and in for 2 more. 10-point game, 40-30, 2.5 left to play. Flip pass over to Tyler Best. He'll wait defense to sift through. Underneath it'll go to Sterling. Sterling's going to put it up. He's going to be hit on the way. Still no call. And that'll go back now to the Thunderbirds. Back it'll go. Davis with a good look at a 3, and that's going to take a couple of bounces. No good. Pulled down by Massey. They get it off to Inget, who works it back into the front court. 2 minutes left to go. Inget's going to pull up for 3, off the mark. Sterling with the rebound. He was held on the way up, hit on the way up by Redfield, but Sterling gets it up and in. So Sterling gets it down to 8 points, 40-32. Under 2 minutes left to go. Spoon Hunter over to Soaring Eagle. Curry calling for it on the high post. That's where they'll get it for him. They give him room to shoot, and that one's going to be a miss. Soaring Eagle gets into the defense, and it's going to underneath to Davis, blocked by Massey. Yambi gets the ball, weaving his way up. He's going to try to see if he goes for a second effort underneath. Skip pass into the corner, and it's going to be Inget on the drive. Up on top to Yambi, wide open three-pointer, and bounces off the front of the rim. No good. Tetons again cold from distance. Their second straight game. 40-32 Tetons. Now looking to get stops, remaining 1:15. Soaring Eagle comes around a high screen. He's going to get it underneath to Redfield. Blocked underneath by Massey, and Redfield dribbles on the end line. So Massey again. And Redfield now complaining that he was pushed underneath by Massey. It was a close play. The official said, hey, play on. 1:08 left to go. Tetons. No chance for a 2-for-1 with here just 1:05 left to go. Yambi will bring it up the court. Skip pass over to Inget. Flips it underneath to Massey. Massey cut off. Gets it to Sterling in the middle of the paint. Got a step on Curry. Throws it up and in. 2 more for Sterling. Now a 6-point game once again. 50 seconds left to go. Tetons will get another look if they can get one more stop. Soaring Eagle pushes over to the far wing. Here comes Redfield for a high screen on Inget. Flips back to Redfield. He's going to drive. Step back on Massey from the elbow. Off the mark. No good. Pulled down by Best. Best will slow things down over to Inget. Tetons will have about an 8-second differential between the shot and the play clock. That'll give a race up the court for the Thunderbirds to get another look at the bucket. 22 seconds left in the game, 15 on the shot clock and counting. 12, 11, 10. Here comes Yambi on the drive into the corner for Best, contested by Davis. Off the mark, no good. Yambi tried to tip it away. Up the court comes Soaring Eagle. He's going to go through over to Spoon Hunter, loses the ball, picked up by Best, and that's going to be 4 seconds left. Up to Inget, underneath to Yambi. Yambi in the paint, puts it up and in. Then Yambi knocks it down at the buzzer, and the Tetons will go into the break down by just 4. It'll be 40-36. So the Tetons used a late surge to climb back within. They want a 6-0 run here in the final couple of minutes to climb within 4. We have ourselves a ball game here at the Well in Williston. We're going to take a 5-minute timeout. Time to go down to the bench, pick up some stats, and give you the halftime report. You're listening to Teton Basketball right here on 660 Keys News Radio. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today, your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop RyanHonda.net.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our sign. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured. CUA.
Coke Zero Sugar tastes so good, people will take a taste any way they can. You never know when your best friend will lunge across a table and grab for it. A stranger could subtly swipe it, or your little brother might just ask for one too many sips. So no matter what you're doing or who you're with, while you're enjoying a Coke Zero Sugar, be ready to protect it at all times, because one sip begs the question, is this the best Coke ever? Take a taste and see.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
G&G Pharmacy, an independent, locally owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug toys available at their downtown Service Drug location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while made. Commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for the details.
American State Bank and Trust Company of Williston is proud to support area student activities. We salute the dedication of all students involved in sports and other extracurricular school activities. Your hard work and dedication shows in the gym, on the field, and in the classroom. ASB has accounts and services to fit a student's busy lifestyle, too. Check them out at asbt.com. Here to make our community better, that's American State Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
Your education shouldn't mean putting your life on hold. Wherever you are in life, Williston State College has you covered. With our flexible and convenient associate and associate of applied science programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the needs of your lifestyle. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs to choose from, our dedicated faculty are here to help you achieve your career goals. Visit willistonstate.edu/apply or call 701-774-4200 to learn more. Williston State College, where the people make the difference.
Mike Ruderbeck here for Teton basketball. We're at halftime of the men's game. Tetons trail by 4, 40-36. Despite shooting woes for the Tetons, they were down by 10 points at one time. That came with the 2:31 mark left to go. With 13:31 left in the first half, the Tetons were up by 7 before they went cold from the floor. We'll get into those numbers here in just a minute. But first, looking at the scoring for United Tribes, Caden Redfield leading the way. He has 16 points in the game, and he's hit all of them from the mid-range, and he has been almost automatic from that high elbow. 6 points in from Mark Fassett, 2 3-pointers from beyond the arc, 6 points from Cutter Hurry, 5 points in from Houston Davis, and 3 from Trey Huggs. Also 2 in from both Ryan Carlo and Teal Soaring Eagle. Looking at shooting percentages in the first half for the Thunderbirds, they're 18 of 44 from the field for 40%, 4 of 16 from beyond the arc for 25%, and have not shot a free throw so far in the game. But with the Thunderbirds being a primarily jump shooting team, that they haven't picked up a lot of fouls with the Tetons, only committing 2 fouls in the game, both of them on Sterling. One of those fouls on Sterling was a rebound, and the other was an illegal screen. 24 rebounds in the half for Tribes. They have leading the way is Curry. He has 7 at the break, 5 defensive, 2 offensive. Tribes at the half have 16 defensive rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds. They have 10 assists on their 18 made baskets, 1 steal, 1 block, 5 turnovers, and 6 personal fouls. 6 personal fouls is incorrect. They had 8 personal fouls here. We'll have to see if we'll monitor that as we go along. Looking at the Tetons, leading the way in scoring is Ben Yambi. He has 7 points, going 3 of 7 from the floor. 6 points each from Rex Sterling, Richard Massey, and Mackay Marks. 5 points from Tyson Inget, including a big and one that gave the Tetons some momentum heading into that 6-0 run in the later stages of the first half. 4 points from Tyler Best and 2 points in from Tevin Dietz. Looking at shooting overall for the Tetons, they went 15 of 41 from the field for 36%, but just 2 of 18 from beyond the arc. So the Tetons putting up a bunch of shots from deep, but not getting anything to pay for it. They're really looking for a couple of players going. Best is 0 for 5 from deep. Massey is 0 for 2. Yambi is 0 for 3. Sterling 0 for 1. Feller 0 for 4. And Inget 0 for 1. The lone Teton player who has 3-pointers made in the game was Mackay Marks. He knocked down 2 of them very early in the contest for Williston State. Looking at rebounding for the Tetons, Rex Sterling already with 12 rebounds in the game. He has the potential to have a ludicrous number before we're all said and done. He has 5 defensive and 7 offensive rebounds. Tetons have 24 total rebounds, dead even at the break with the Thunderbirds. 14 defensive, 10 offensive, 6 assists on their 15 made baskets, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 5 turnovers, and just 2 personal fouls, both of those coming from Sterling. Looking at some of the advanced stats here with 6 minutes left to go before the start of the second half. Points in the paint, Tetons 24-16. Points off at turnovers, Tetons 8-6. Second chance points, Tetons 6-4. Bench points, Thunderbirds 16-7. There's been 4 ties, 4 lead changes. Last field goal hit by the Thunderbirds came with 54 seconds left to go. And the Tetons got a buzzer beater in from Ben Yambi as time expired in the half to pull the game back within 4 points. So a great last effort for the Tetons to pull this one close as we have 5.5 left to go before we get underway in the second half. We do have a final score from the women's game over in Bottineau against NDSCS, and it was the Wildcats were able to hold on to the Tetons. Lead now stands at 2 in the conference. 13-1 for the Teton women, 11-3 for Science. We're going to take a 4-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll get you going for the start of half number 2 here in Williston. You're listening to Teton basketball right here on 660 Keys News Radio. Back in 4 minutes.
On Sundays, your NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings. With 63 HD TVs having the NFL package, you will not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rieger Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beers, sports.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today, your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop ryanhonda.net.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our side. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come to McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
Coke Zero Sugar tastes so good, people will take a taste any way they can. You never know when your best friend will lunge across a table and grab for it. A stranger could subtly swipe it, or your little brother might just ask for one too many sips. So no matter what you're doing or who you're with, while you're enjoying a Coke Zero Sugar, be ready to protect it at all times, because one sip begs the question, is this the best Coke ever? Take a taste and see.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings, then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for details.
G&G Pharmacy, an independent, locally owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug toys available at their downtown service truck location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
Mike, we're back to go here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Minute and counting, and the Tetons are huddled up along the bench looking to erase a 4-point deficit here at home against United Tribes. First time these two teams did battle, it was a back-and-forth game until Tribes were able to pull it out late. And now the Tetons are going to have to try and figure out how to solve the big puzzle that is Caden Redfield out on the court. He has 16 points in that first half. And the Tetons also looking to get Rex Sterling going on the offensive end, as well as knock down some more triples. We'll see if they continue on to try to pound it from the outside, or if they go for inside the paint, looking to go for some good ball movement around. We'll have to see also which the teams come out with, if they make any adjustments here starting in this second half. The Tetons finished the first with all of their starters besides Makai Marks. Here comes United Tribes out onto the court, and they will be coming out with their 5 starters. Out on the court, it will be Huggs, Pearson, Davis, Redfield, and Spoonhunter. Tetons coming out now. It will be Thunderbird ball. Tetons also out with their starting 5. Marks, Best, Massey, Yambi, and Sterling. Up on top of the perimeter, Huggs has it. Looking to get it cut off. Redfield down to the low post against Sterling. Backing down, fadeaway jumper on the way, and that'll rattle out no good. And it'll be Marks comes down, gets in front of Spoonhunter to pick it up. Yambi pushing it up. Long pass over to Massey. Massey's going to drive, puts it up, and that's in. 2 points for Massey. Good seal for Sterling as the Tetons are within 2. First bucket of the half for the Tetons pulls them now 40-38, 19:28 left to go on the American State Bank scoreboard. Pearson over on the corner to Davis. Tetons playing a little more hard on the defensive end already. Here comes Huggs, gets it back to Redfield. He's going to drive. He'll jump it into the corner for Pearson. Good closeout for Best. He steps through. Three-pointer on, in and out, no good. Best with the rebound. He'll flip it up to Yambi. Yambi in the corner to Massey. Massey picks up a big screen from Sterling, steps back out, going to get it underneath to Sterling, back to Massey, going through contact, and they're going to call a block on that one as Coach Herman looking quizzed on that. Now Pearson in, gets it over to Davis, steps through, into the corner, will go to Huggs, up on top to Pearson, looking to drive, going to be ripped out of his hand by Massey, and they're going to give it back to the Tetons. They'll say it goes off of Pearson's leg and out of bounds. So the Tetons force the turnover, and they're going to look to try and get her done on the defensive end. Let's see if they have enough in the tank. They're only trailing by 2. Massey pushing up the court, flip pass over to Yambi across the timeline. 18:40 left to go. Up on top, Massey, Sterling underneath. He's going to get it. He'll be stripped by Pearson. He regains it underneath. Going to flip it down, back it corner to 0-2 Best. Best driving underneath to Sterling. Reverse layup, up and in for Rex. He has 8 points now in the game. The Tetons are tied up with the Thunderbirds at 40. Over to go. Now to Huggs on the far wing, looking high post for Redfield. Back to Huggs. Huggs picking up a screen from Redfield. Little runner, no good. Pulled down by Massey. And the Tetons now have a chance to take the lead. Looking to force the issue again. Yambi will had a baseline drive. They get it underneath to Sterling, and it's going to be tipped away by Redfield. He had a good recovery there as Sterling was screaming down the paint, and he had his eyes on 2 more points at the hole. 18 on the dot. Locking it up the court for the Thunderbirds is Trey Huggs. He'll get across the timeline. 24 seconds left on the shot clock. Another big screen from Davis. Spoonhunter on the drive. Redfield on the high post. He's going to be caught off by a couple of defenders. And again, Redfield puts it up, and that'll somehow roll over the lip of the rim. 2 more for him. He's up to 18. 42-40. Back up the court comes Richard Massey. Flips it to Marks. Long pass up to Sterling. Trying to get a little too fancy. He tried to pass it down low in midair. And that'll be a sub coming in for the Tetons. Coming out of the game is Massey. Back in is Tyson Ingot. So after the Teton turnover, now 2 in a row for Williston State. It'll be the Thunderbirds look to increase a 2-point lead, 42-40 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Davis sets up for a high screen on Huggs. Yambi fights over the top of it. In over to Redfield on the high post. He'll pull the trigger and he'll get it down. That's his 20th points of the game. And the Tetons push it back up. Yambi gets it across the timeline, picks it up over to Best. Best down along the perimeter, working on Spoonhunter. Sterling gets it up on the high elbow. Underneath to Ingot. Ingot with a layup up and in for Tyson Ingot. The assist goes to Sterling. Tetons back with and 2. Back comes Huggs. Going to be a Redfield with a screen. Sterling just about with a takeaway. Good defense by Tyson. And a turnaround jumper again by Redfield knocks it down. Another long 2-point jumper for the Thunderbirds. And there's going to be a timeout on the Thunderbirds. Here with 16:47 left to go in the game. It's a 4-point contest. 46-42. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Mike Ritter back here for Teton basketball. Here comes a full court Thunderbird press. Tetons looking to get the ball in. They get it into Yambi, being guarded by Pearson. Over to Ingot. Sterling calls it. He says, hey, slow it down as Ingot works his way up against Huggs. Inget waiting for help. He gets it over to Best. Best is going to take off. Gets it underneath to Yambi. Yambi, a little fadeaway jumper. Up, no good. Best had a chance to take it up himself. Trying to be a little too unselfish there. Now Davis gets away with the walk as he pulls up a mid-range jumper, and Houston Davis will knock it down. Thunderbirds back up by 6, 48-42. Yambi pushing up the court. Flip pass over to Sterling. Inget with a three-pointer. That's going to be off no good. Spoonhunter comes down to the board, and the Tetons getting some decent looks, but unable to get him drop again. Long pass over to Hugs on the near wing. Inget looking to close it down. Here comes a screen coming up on top by Redfield. Over to Davis. Baseline drive, up and in. Davis got a step on Sterling, and quickly up to an 8-point game. It was tied at 40 before an 10-2 run. Marks on the drive, gets bumped by Spoonhunter. Sterling spin moves. He's going to hit the side of the backboard, puts it back up and in. Rex Sterling stops the run, but back come the Thunderbirds. In the corner will go to Hugs. Cut off by Best. Waiting for Pearson to pop up on top. They're going to get it down low to Davis, tipped away by Sterling, and they're going to get a ludicrous foul called on Rex Sterling. They're going to say that Sterling hit the head of Hunter Davis. In the game, back comes Richard Massey. He'll come in for Mackay Marks. 15-31, third personal on Sterling. They get it underneath to Redfield. He is cut off. Baseline, turnaround jumper, up no good, pulled down by Tyler Best. Best looking to push it up the court for Williston State. He'll hand it off to Inget. Inget flips it over to Massey. Massey cut off by Pearson, up on top, back to Best. Best looking to drive. Spoonhunter in tow, out on the perimeter to Yambi. Yambi on the baseline drive, goes for a flip shot, up and in. Ben Yambi with a tough one. Now the Tetons back with in 4. Spoonhunter into the corner for Pearson, cut off by Best, up on top to Spoonhunter. Now goes on the baseline to Davis. Backing down, up on the high post. Redfield just inside the arc, and he's going to knock down another one. 52-46. Inget pushing back up the court, guarded by Davis. Inget hands it off to Massey, who works his way back up on top, now to Best. Best looking to drive on Spoonhunter. Spoonhunter is going to trip the ball away, and there's going to be a foul called on Spoonhunter. That'll be his third personal. Just the first team foul in the half. Ian Johnson checking into the game. He'll come in for Tyler Best. And for the Thunderbirds, it will be Hutter Curry coming in for Riley Spoonhunter. Inbound play for the Tetons underneath their own basket. Here, 14:36 left to go in the second half. Inbound play comes up on top to Richard Massey. Back to Inget. Gets it on to Sterling. Spin move. Sterling puts it up, and that'll just roll off no good. Pulled down by Redfield. Long pass out to Pearson. Gets it into the corner to Hugs. Back on the baseline. Now to Davis. High post. Redfield. Pull-up jumper. And again, Caden Redfield. He's going to pull out, and it'll be another bucket for him. He's going to be over 20 points now. Inget across the timeline. He gets it to Johnson. Johnson drives down low. He's going to go up and in. Ian Johnson for his first bucket of the game. 54-48. Long pass underneath to Pearson. He'll get it out to Hugs in the corner. Contested three. No good. Sterling's going to pull it down. Up to Yambi. It'll be a long pass to Massey underneath. And Richard Massey gets the run out for the Tetons. 4-point game. 54-40. Davis on the near wing. Looking for options. Long pass out to Hugs. Hug gets away with a push-off up onto Redfield from the elbow again, and that one's going to be a miss, pulled down by Massey. Massey over to Johnson, and it's going to be a pass. It's too hot to handle, and the Tetons give it away. It'll be Brady Feller coming into the game for Williston State, but before that, we have a media timeout. 13:33 left to go, 4-point game, exactly where we were at halftime. We'll be back in 1 minute.
On Sundays, your NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings. With 63 HD TVs having the NFL package, you will not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rieger Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beers, sports.
American State Bank and Trust Company of Williston is proud to support area student activities. We salute the dedication of all students involved in sports and other extracurricular school activities. Your hard work and dedication shows in the gym, on the field, and in the classroom. ASB has accounts and services to the students' busy lifestyle, too. Check them out at asbt.com. here to make our community better. That's American State Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
Mike Hunter back here for Teton Basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. It's Feller actually not coming in for Inget. He's coming into the game for Massey, and also Best coming back in for Yambi. Inbound play coming for the Thunderbirds. Back up the court comes comes United Tribes. Hugs on the near wing. Davis up on top. Close out by Feller. Calling for it is Curry on the low post. Mismatch with Johnson underneath. See if they take advantage of it. Now it'll be Redfield up on top. He'll pull up with Sterling right in his face, and that'll be no good. Pulled down by Best. Back on the Tetons. Chance to cut it to a one-possession game. Best will hand it off to Inget up on top. Inget drives, kicks in the corner to Feller. He takes off, gets down low, and his reverse layup up and in for Brady Feller. Great drive and a great finish for the Tetons. Back within 2, under 13 left. Up the court comes Trey Huggs. Tetons showing some grit here in this second half. See if they can't use it to come away with a win. Going to be a flip pass over to Pearson from Huggs. They find Redfield up on top. Now Pearson with a three-pointer, in and out, no good, and there's going to be a foul called. They're going to call it on Tyler Best as he got a wraparound on Caden Redfield, and Coach Herman doesn't agree. It appeared that Best just had a good box out. That's going to be his first personal. Coming out of the game for the Thunderbirds will be Trey Huggs. And back in is Teal Soaring Eagle. Inbound pass goes to Redfield up on top. Soaring Eagle gets it in the corner. Baseline drive. Bounce pass to Curry. He'll kick it out to Pearson. He'll get it just inside the perimeter. Out to Soaring Eagle for an open look. That'll be off the mark. No good. Best comes down with the board. He'll hold on to it. Gets it up to Sterling. Sterling to Inget across the timeline. Doesn't have any options right away, so he'll circle it back out. Now to Best drives to Inget. He's going to try to turn the corner. Good cutoff by Soaring Eagle into the corner for Feller. Thought about an open look. Feller again on the drive. He's going to go up and under again, and Feller is going to be fouled. So Brady Feller using the drive and got a good step. Caused the help defense to commit the foul. Brady Feller with a chance to tie the game up if he can knock down 2. Well, Feller's first one from the line is going to be up and good. Substitution coming in is going to, for the Thunderbirds, is going to be Fassett in for Houston Davis. Feller will be at the stripe for his second of 2 and a chance to tie it with 12-10 left to go in the game. Feller's second on the way. That one is good. We're all knotted up at 54 apiece. Fassett bringing the ball up the court. Fassett kicks it over to Soaring Eagle. Just about got away or had a double dribble. Now Redfield crossing over on Feller. He's going to get down. Contested fadeaway jumper, and that's going to be somehow tipped back out to Fassett. Back it's going to go to Redfield, and he's going to be fouled by Johnson and put it in. Caden Redfield with 2 more puts the Thunderbirds up by 2, and he'll go to the stripe to try and complete a 3-point play. Marks and Yambi coming into the game for Johnson and Inget. Redfield up to 30 points with a chance for 31 right here if he can knock down the free throw. Great free throw shooting team in the Thunderbirds. Back 4-1. Ed is up and good. That'll make it a 3-point lead as Redfield knocks down the 3-point play free throw. Best up on top. He'll hand it off to Marks. Redfield just about with a steal. Marks on the drive. He's going to go through, up, and no good. It'll be taken away there by the Tetons. Feller goes out. Best gets it up on top to Feller. Feller with a floater in the paint. Brady Feller for 2 more. Tetons within 1. 57-56, 11 and a half left. Soaring Eagle across the timeline. Picks up a high screen from Curry. Soaring Eagle out to Redfield. He'll drive. Kick it back out on top to Soaring Eagle. Skip pass underneath to Redfield. Puts it up. No good. Tipped out, and the Tetons can't save it from going out of bounds. But good defense by Williston State. Shot did hit the backboard, or the rim, so they put a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Here with 11:19 left to go. Redfield gets it into Soaring Eagle. Tyler Best now up on Redfield. Switch it on. Soaring Eagle, who will pull up just inside the stripe. No good. Marks with the rebound. He'll dribble it out. Long pass across the court to Yambi. Yambi driving on Redfield. Kicks it into the corner. There's going to be a block called on Redfield. That'll be the 3rd team foul on the Thunderbirds in the half with 10:59 left to go. Inbound play coming for underneath their own basket for Williston State. So Tetons calling the play. Marks cruising out. They get up to Best up on top. He's going to drive. He'll step back underneath, baseline to Yambi. Yambi drives through the baseline to Marks. Three-pointer on the way, in and out, no good. Pulled down by Curry. Back up the court comes Fassett. He'll cross the timeline, 10:45. Screen from Curry. Fassett gives it back to Curry up on top. Over to Soaring Eagle. He is going to be covered up by Feller. Big screen on top from Redfield. He'll get it from the elbow again. Up, and that was going to be a high bounce. No good. It's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Curry and the Thunderbirds. It'll go back to the Tetons with 10:31 left. Williston State still within one, 57-56. Late sub coming in for the Thunderbirds on the bench. It will be number 22, Ryan Carlo, coming in for Redfield. Inbound play now goes to Yambi. He'll get it back off to Feller. Feller being guarded by Pearson. Feller long pass to Sterling. He'll drive it up. He's going to hand the ball off to Tyler Best. Back to Yambi on the far wing. Yambi calling out directions. Back out to Best. Feller curling around. Through the paint he goes. Nothing open. High post to Sterling. Lose the handle. Driving. Spin move on Curry. Puts it up. Hoop and the harm by Rex Sterling. Big man gets a call and he'll go to the line for a three-point play. Chance to put the Tetons up by 2. As Makai Marks went to go and help him up. Marks slipped. And Sterling now, he looks like he took a shot in the lower abdomen area while he was getting hit. So he'll try to walk it off for a second. They'll give him a chance as they're wiping up some perspiration. Now to catch his breath and regather himself. 10-10 left to go. That foul's going to go on Hudda Curry. It's his second personal, 4th team. Ingot checks out of the game for... Ingot was just getting down. Looks like he was coming out of the game, but it'll be Rex Sterling at the stripe. Chance to put the Tetons up by a bucket. Rex, deep breath at the line. Lets the one shot loose and off the mark, no good. Rex has had an off night from the line. Still a 1-point game for the Tetons. Over it goes to Carlo on the far wing. Pass up on top to Curry. Three-pointer on the way. That'll be air ball, but it'll be picked up by Soaring Eagle. Soaring Eagle's going to be corralled by Feller. Trying to cross over. Picks up a screen from Curry, and there's going to be a foul called on Feller. He clipped the shoulder of Curry. And Coach Herman says, yep, you got to be careful as 24 is through a head of steam trying to cover up his man with the ball. Fassett gives it up on top. Now to Carlo. Back to Soaring Eagle in the corner to Fassett. Three-pointer. That one will be up and good. Mark Fassett Jr. makes another three-pointer. Puts United Tribes back up by 2, 60-58. Feller up the court. Marks posting up on Fassett underneath. Feller, step back, three-pointer. That one will be short, no good. Tipped up in the air by Curry, and he's going to come down with it. Pearson gets the pass over to Fassett. Tetons need to get a stop here and not go into a scoring drought as Fassett will come around. Bounce pass underneath for Curry. He throws one up. Lots of contact, and it's going to be tapped away from Sterling, but Yambi is going to pick it up. Long pass out to Marks, intercepted by Fassett. It's going to go back the other way, and it'll be lost out of bounds. And it'll go back to the Tetons. A little bit of collision between Soaring Eagle and Yambi. Feller's going to check out of the game. Back in is coming Richard Massey. 9:07 left to go in the home stretch here of this second half. Inbound play goes to Yambi. He'll work his way up the court on Jacoby Pearson. Spin move, gets across the timeline. He'll set up the half-court set. Calls for a high screen from Sterling. Yambi driving. Create some contact off the backboard and in. 2 more for Ben Yambi on the drive. Tetons have been so effective when Yambi and Best are on the drive. They get it up on top. High screen. Kicks it over to Pearson from Soaring Eagle. Now to Carlo working the way around. Fassett calling for it. And there's going to be a reach-in foul called on Richard Massey. That's the 5th team foul on Williston State. They'll have one more to give as Redfield will check back into the game. So Caden Redfield coming in for Jacoby Pearson. Inbound play coming now for the Thunderbirds. Soaring Eagle has it. He calls for a clear out. High screen coming from Redfield. Pearson, he'll pull up in the lane, double clutches, but still gets it to go. Another mid-range jumper, and it's a 2-point game, 62-60. Back up the court comes Yambi. He's going to drive. He takes a bump and gets it to go. Ben Yambi makes the bucket with Carlo with the bump on the chest. Will be now the 4th team foul and 2nd on Carlo, with Yambi a chance to give the Tetons back the lead. So Yambi at the line for 1 of 1. Here comes the free throw, and he makes it. So Yambi with a big bucket. Tetons up by 1, 8:22 left to go. Back up comes Fassett, and there's going to be a stoppage on the clock as the official scoreboard had an incorrect foul count, it looks like. It looks like they had 6 on United Tribes when each team should have 5. You know, it's the running clock. Now it'll be an inbound play. Goes into Redfield. He'll give it back to Soaring Eagle. I'll get it to Fassett. Up on top to Redfield. Over to Carlo. In the corner to Soaring Eagle. Takes off on the drive. Hits Redfield in the paint. Throws it up, and that'll be no good. Pulled down by Makai Marks. Marks pushes it up to Best. Best looking to get an angle. He'll drive. Gets in the body, and there's going to be a foul called on Curry underneath. He got a good block on the ball, but he got the body underneath. And that'll be putting Tyler Best at the stripe. So 6-team foul. Scoreboard does say 7, so we were correct. Tyler Best at the stripe for 2 shots. First one off the back of the rim, no good. Again, this game may come down to free throws late. The Tetons shooting well below their percentage here at the stripe tonight. Best at the line, now looking to go 1 for 2, and he does. Tetons back up by a bucket. 64-62, under 8 minutes left to go. Soaring Eagle calling for another clear out. Curry comes to pick up a screen on Massey. Soaring Eagle tries to go the other way. Another screen being set up. Can't quite get it. Good defense. They get it back to Curry. Mid-range floater up in. Curry knocks down the mid-range jumper. Tied up at 64. Yambi pushes it up the court for Williston State. He'll be picked up by Redfield on the perimeter, calling for a high screen from Sterling. Massey pulls it to the top of the perimeter. Entry pass under to Sterling. He's going to be covered up, backwards pass underneath. Best puts it up and in. Great backdoor cut from Best, and an even better pass from Rex Sterling. Tetons by 2. Soaring Eagle comes around a Curry screen, another one coming the other way. Bounce pass underneath, going to be stolen away by Best. They get tangled up, but Best is going to come away with it. Yambi going to go underneath to Marks, gets it down low, and Marks will dribble it off his foot. The Tetons go for another home run play, but they have been largely unsuccessful with them, only a couple, and the rest have resulted in turnovers. Tetons still hold on to a 2-point lead. 7:06 and counting. Back comes Teal Soaring Eagle across the timeline. Carlo gets it. He'll hand it off to Redfield. Redfield to Fassett. Picks up a Curry screen. Pulls up jumper from Fassett. That's off the mark. No good. Mark's going to come down with it. He'll get it off to Yambi. Yambi comes up to the top of the perimeter. He'll back out now, gets it to Best. Driving on Fassett, kicks it out to Yambi. Baseline drive, beat Redfield, puts it up and no good. Sterling with the board. He's going to put it up and one again for Rex Sterling. Another foul on Cutter-Hurry. Here coming with 6:39 left to go. Basket counts again for Rex Sterling. Tetons back up by 4. They're going to bring into the game Houston Davis, and we have our final media timeout of the game. 6:39 left to go. Tetons up by 4. Chance to make it a 5. That was the 4th on Curry. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Your education shouldn't mean putting your life on hold. Wherever you are in life, Williston State College has you covered. With our flexible and convenient Associate and Associate of Applied Science programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the needs of your lifestyle. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs to choose from, our dedicated faculty are here to help you achieve your career goals. Visit willistonstate.edu/apply or call 701-774-4200 to learn more. Williston State College, where the people make the difference.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today, your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop RyanHonda.net.
Mike and Rebecca here for Teton Basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Houston Davis in for Hudda Curry. Hudda picked up his 4th team foul. Now the Tetons the rest of the way will be shooting free throws. Here comes the one shot from Rex Sterling with a chance to put the Tetons up 5. Sterling at the line to complete the three-point play. That one will roll around the world and drop in there. Tetons up 69-64. Now Teton defense looking to take this one over. Teal Soaring Eagle gets it over to Davis. Back to Soaring Eagle, back to Davis, to Soaring Eagle again. Into the corner, it goes to Carlo. Up on top to Davis, just about got away from him. Out into the hands, underneath to Fassett, and it's going to be Carlo's going to miss it on the way up. Rebound by Marks. Tetons take control. Chance to push the lead back out. They're going to slow things down, don't want to rush too much. Best has it up on top, waiting for Massey, waiting for anyone to come free. He'll hold it, flip it, high post to Rex Sterling. Sterling's going to flip it off, and there's going to be a foul called on Caden Redfield. He got his hand on the arm of Rex Sterling, so that'll be a 1-and-1 coming for Rex here with 6:05 left to go. Third personal on Redfield as the foul trouble starts to rise here. And we have another sub coming into the bench for United Tribes. And late to come to the bench is going to be Riley Spoonhunter. So he'll have to wait until the make or the next stop, whichever comes first. Sterling makes it, so that will be Spoonhunter coming into the game. No, he's going to come in for Carlo. It's a little more post presence underneath for... Oh, Sterling, so it's a 1-and-1, so Sterling makes his first. So out of the game goes Carlo, and in comes Spoonhunter. As Sterling is back at the line for his second of 2, knocks that one down as well. That it is now 71-64, 7-point lead for the Tetons. That matched their first half lead before the Thunderbirds went on a big run. Davis up on top, pass slipped through his hands. Spoonhunter now up on top. He'll drive, looking to get it off to someone, finds it over to Soaring Eagle. Soaring Eagle high post, gets it back to Soaring Eagle, bounce pass to Spoonhunter, up on top to Fassett, three-pointer off the mark, no good. Massey pulls it down, looking to push. He's going to curl out, he'll go up and get it up and in. 2 more points for Richard Massey. Fassett tried to slide in to get the stop, back comes Redfield the other way, and they're going to be a late bailout foul. And they're going to call Rex Sterling on the foul, so Sterling's going to pick up his fourth with 5:32 left to go. That'll put Redfield at the stripe, who's been all but automatic from the field, as well as the charity stripe. He'll have his first of 2 on the way, and that one is up and good. So Redfield now back down to a 73-65 Teton lead, as it was at one point a 9-point lead before that free throw. He has a chance to get it back down to 8. So Sterling will have to play tough the rest of the way. Redfield at the line for his second of 2. Next one on the way up, and that one will rattle in there for Redfield. So Sterling will be staying in the game for the Tetons. 5.5 left. Best will get it over to Massey. Gets it back to Best. Now over to Yambi across the timeline. Yambi holding. Tetons are going to slow things down. They want as few as possessions here in the game as possible. Marks up on top to Massey. Back to Marks. Pump fake. Nothing. Back to Massey. High post. Gets it over to Yambi. Huge 3 on the way. Up and Marks with the putback. Mackay Marks. Huge bucket for the Tetons. Back up by 9. 75-66. High post to Redfield. Guarded by Sterling. Redfield drives. Floats it up off the front of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound for Redfield. That one's no good. Gets it again. He's going to lose it out of bounds, and it'll go to the Tetons. So tough, non-fouling defense by Williston State forced the turnover. And another Thunderbird sub coming into the game. Checking into the game for Mark Fassett Jr. is going to be Trey Huggs. Bass gets it. He'll move it across the timeline. He'll slow things down. Long pass over to Yambi. Up to Massey. Back to Best. A little bit of congestion for the Tetons. High post to Sterling. Back it goes. Massey. Again. Sterling. Drop step. Flips it back up on top to Massey. Massey's going to be drawing the foul on the way up. That one's going to be on Redfield. That'll be his fourth with 4.5 left to go. 4:32 exactly on the American State Bank scoreboard. That'll send Richard Massey to the line for a pair. Now Curry and... No, they're not going to call it on Redfield. He was right there, and it was the main offender on the contact, so that one's going to be on Huggs, just his first. First one up by Massey is still good. So for the Tetons, Rex Sterling with 4 fouls. For the Thunderbirds, Hudda Curry with 4, and Caden Redfield with 3, as Massey knocks down the second of 2. Now an 11-point game, 77-66. Back up the court. comes Teal Eagle. Big screen by Davis. Jump pass back out. Good closeout by Massey. Up on top to Huggs. Huggs looking for someone. He's going to pick up a screen from Redfield. Good defense by the Tetons. Davis back out. They get it in the corner. And a soaring Eagle for a three from the wing. No good. Tipped away from Davis and pulled down by Massey. He'll get it off to Yabi, marching it up. Cross the timeline, 4:05. Long pass out to Massey. He's going to drive, banks it up and in. Richard Massey with a huge layup up and in, high angle off the backboard. Back comes Soaring Eagle. He's going to look to cross over. He'll get it to Spoon Hunter. Entry pass to Davis, working on Best. He's going to be cut off, lose the ball underneath, and it's going to be blocked by Best. Marks comes away with it. Makai Marks, bound pass up to Ben Yambi. Over in the corner and just too far out of the reach of Tyler Best. 3:38 left to go in the game. Tetons up by 13 points. Substitution coming in. It'll be Hudda Curry coming in for the Thunderbirds. He'll come in for Teal Soaring Eagle. So post presence galore on the court for United Tribes. Yami forces Huggs to pick up the ball as he let it roll quarter way up the court. Closing in on 3.5 left to go. To Davis in the corner. Good recovery defensively. Davis looking to drive. Gets underneath. Shot is going to be up. No good. Tipped around. Pulled down by Yambi. Yambi going to drive it through. He'll get away from one defender. He'll bring it up the court against Huggs. Long pass in the corner to Massey. Sterling Cullenford on the post. They'll eat some time off the clock. Now on the high post. And there's going to be a travel called on Rex Sterling. That's the third time they've got him with a travel. And it's been a very, very close to the travel, but I believe that was the most travel call that he's picked up. 3:10 left to go. Still a 13-point, 79-66 lead. Spoon Hunter up on top to Huggs. Coming out is Redfield to pick it up. Best with good defense. Now back up on top to Huggs. They're looking to get it. Curry with a long two-point shot. That goes up and in for Hudda Curry. And there's going to be a timeout called by United Tribes Technical College with 2:55 left to go. Tetons the rest of the way will be shooting 2 fouls. It's a short timeout. We'll take a short one as well. Back in 30 seconds.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
Mike Gooder back here for Teton basketball. Tetons up by 11 with 2:55 left to go. Here comes a full court press by United Tribes. Long pass goes to Yabi. He's going to drive through underneath to Sterling. And Sterling, they're going to say he's stripped by Curry underneath. Coach Herman cannot believe that there wasn't a foul called on that one. 2:55 left to go. 26 seconds left on the shot clock. Here comes struggling to get the ball in. Long pass up on top to Sterling. Out to Tyler Best for 3. Off the mark. Sterling with the rebound. Reverse layup. No good. Tipped out. It'll be taken away by the Tetons. Best again going for 3. That's going to be off the mark. It'll be Davis comes down with the rebound for the Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds looking to push the tempo. Over go to Spoon Hunter. Transition. 3-pointer off the mark. No good. It'll go out of bounds. So the Tetons now take over with 2:28 left to go in the game. More full court pressure by United Tribes. Looking to get the ball in. Long pass out to Makai Marks. Marks driving. He's going to go up and in it goes. Big layup by Makai Marks. Curry had to honor Sterling, who was trying to fade away from the paint. So up to 13 points, 81-68, 2:16 left to go. Huggs has it. Here comes a high screen. Huggs back to Curry for 3 from the wing. Off the mark. It'll be tipped back out to Curry. He'll have it up on top. Now over to Redfield. He gets it off to Huggs. Huggs with a contested 3, and Trey Huggs knocks down the triple. 10-point game. Massey with the ball. Long pass over to Yambi. Tetons need to chew some clock in a 10-point game. Yambi being guarded by Huggs, calling for a high screen. Here comes Sterling. Now he's been cut off by Curry. Yambi driving. He's going to go, kick it into the corner. Tyler Best takes off. He's going to go up, lay it up, and no good. Rebound's going to be on the ground. Best comes it again, and they're going to say blocked again, out of bounds, and they're going to give it to the Thunderbirds. What a call on that one. as the Thunderbirds will take over. They have a chance to cut it down to a 7-point game, but the Tetons are going to take a timeout. They're going to have to do it now on their own. They won't get any easier, any calls at all. There's 1:34 left to go. If the Thunderbirds can make a basket here on this possession, it's going to be drug on, I think, with some fouls. We have a full timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our sign. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Coke Zero Sugar tastes so good, people will take a taste any way they can. You never know when your best friend will lunge across a table and grab for it. A stranger could subtly swipe it, or your little brother might just ask for one too many sips. So no matter what you're doing or who you're with, while you're enjoying a Coke Zero Sugar, be ready to protect it at all times, because one sip begs the question, is this the best Coke ever? Take a taste and see.
Mike, we're back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons up by 10, 1:34 left to go. United Tribes will be inbounding the ball. They get it into Trey Huggs. He'll march it up, 130 and counting, over to Caden Redfield. He'll be doubled up on top to Huggs. Spoon Hunter, cross court over in the corner. Redfield, corner three on the way, off the mark, no good. Rex Sterling with a big board. He'll hold on, get it off to Richard Massey, who's going to take some time working his way up the court. There's Spoon Hunter now, who's going to reach in for the foul. And the fouling starts here for United Tribes. And it'll be Richard Massey. He's had himself a good game so far. We'll be going to the line for a pair. That Spoon Hunter has now 4 fouls in the game. Massey at the stripe for the pair. First one will roll off the rim, no good. Substitution coming in for the Tetons. Makai Marks goes out. Tyson Inget comes in for another ball handler. Tetons may go offense for defense. We'll have to see. Massey's second one. That one will drop in there. And there's going to be now some more substitutions. It looks like United Tribes is going to send in the end of the bench here with 1:13 left to go. So they're going to send in the rest here, making it an 11-point game. So Thunderbirds, they'll bring into the game James Richards. Also checking in is Leave It. Inbound pass goes over to LaChapelle. LaChapelle has it. He works his way up through perimeter. Big screen calling for it on top of the perimeter. Gets it back around on top. Moccasin, he's going to look to drive. Pulls up for a mid-range jumper. That will be off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound. And it'll be put back. That'll be off the mark, no good. Pulled down by Richard Massey. And it'll be Tyson Inget bringing it across the timeline with 50 seconds left to go. Inget going to drive through, hands it over to Yambi. Yambi pulls up from the mid-range. That'll be no good. That may have been altered by Moccasin. Back comes the Thunderbirds. Final 38 and counting. Up on top, LaChapelle has it. Picks up a screen from Moccasin. He'll drive on Best. Spin, kicks it out on top. Here comes a three-pointer from Richards. That's off the mark, no good. Pulled down by Best. He'll get it off to Massey. We'll dribble it up the court. Shot clock is off, and the Tetons are going to come away with the 82-71 victory here at home. So a big win for Williston State in the Mondac Conference, as Richard Massey dribbles out the last couple of ticks on the clock, as there's a bunch of games going on here tonight, and the Tetons are going to come away with an 11-point, 82-71 win here at home. So the Tetons now, if everything holds firm, they'll have, at least for the moment, the inside track on hosting a play-in game for the Region 13 tournament. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the post-game report for you and tell you all the details about other games that we're watching as we get down to crunch time here in the Mondac. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
G&G Pharmacy, an independent, locally owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug toys available at their downtown Service Drug location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for details.
American State Bank and Trust Company of Williston is proud to support area student activities. We salute the dedication of all students involved in sports and other extracurricular school activities. Your hard work and dedication shows in the gym, on the field, and in the classroom. ASB has accounts and services to fit a student's busy lifestyle, too. Check them out at asbt.com. Here to make our community better, that's American State Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
Your education shouldn't mean putting your life on hold. Wherever you are in life, Williston State College has you covered. With our flexible and convenient Associate and Associate of Applied Science programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the needs of your lifestyle. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs to choose from, our dedicated faculty are here to help you achieve your career goals. Visit willistonstate.edu/apply or call 701-774-4200 to learn more. Williston State College, where the people make a difference.
Mike and back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. We're post-game of the Tetons' 11-point win over United Tribes Technical College. The Tetons sweep the day here against the Thunderbirds. Taking a look now at the First International Bank and Trust post-game report. Starting off with United Tribes, Caden Redfield finished the game with 31 points. His last point came in at a free throw, but he has had a big game. He had 16 in the first half, and coming in, he topped off at 31 points, 14 of 30 overall from the floor. Coming in with 11 points was Hunter Curry, 9 from Mark Fassett, 9 from Houston Davis, and then 4 points in from Teal Soaring Eagle, 3 from Trey Huggs, and 2 from Riley Spoonhunter. Also 2 points being put in from Ryan Carlo. Shooting percentages in the game for the Thunderbirds, they were 31 of 85 in total on the game. In that first half, they had a big first half. They shot 18 of 44, so a drop in that second half shooting. 6 of 27 from beyond the arc for 22%. Neither team shot well from beyond the arc, and just 3 free throws taken overall. All of them were taken by Redfield, as only 1 free throw all 3 of them came in the second half as well. 43 team rebounds for the Thunderbirds. 10 in from Curry to lead the way. He had 7 defensive, 3 offensive. The Thunderbirds have 27 defensive rebounds, 16 offensive rebounds. They had 18 assists in the game, 2 steals, 3 blocks, and a total of 9 turnovers on the way. Looking at Williston State and the Tetons, it was Richard Massey and Rex Sterling, each with 17 points in the game. Sterling had a quiet first half with both Sterling and Massey each had 6 points at the break, and that was added by a 10-point effort, so both of them put in big efforts in that second half. Ben Yambi had 14 points in the game. Makai Marks finished with 10. Tyler Best and Tyson Inget each with 7. Brady Feller finished with 6, and then Ian Johnson and Tevin Dietz got 2 in the game for Williston State. Tetons finished up shooting 33 for 76 from the floor for 43%. Just 2 3-pointers made. They were 2 of 23 from beyond the arc for 8%, and 14 of 20 for 70% at the stripe. Tetons had 51 big rebounds in the game. That's their second straight game that they are above the 50 rebound mark. 34 defensive rebounds, 17 offensive, and they were led by Rex Sterling. He had a double-double with 18 points and 17 rebounds. He had 6 defensive rebounds and 12 offensive rebounds for the Tetons. Williston State finished with 11 assists on the game, 3 steals, 3 blocks, 12 turnovers to boot. Taking a look at the advanced stats here for this one for Williston State. In the game, points in the paint, it was 60-22 for the Tetons, so they got it done down low and in the paint. Lots of driving, and then Sterling getting going late. Points off of turnovers, 17-12 Williston State. Second chance points, 17-12 Williston State. And bench points, it was United Tribes outscored the Tetons from the bench 26-17. So Tetons get a much-needed win here at home in Williston. And now we're going to take a quick look at the updated Mondac Conference standings. And with that win, Williston State re-jumps Bismarck State. And Bismarck State currently in playing as we speak. Taking a look at that score, it's Bismarck State. They trail at halftime to Dawson by 16 points, 48-32. So after this game, if that score holds firm, the Tetons will have a full game advantage over Bismarck State for that home play-in game spot coming up in the Region 13 tournament. But still plenty of work to do here for this Williston State squad. And now if they can get that three-point shooting going, they'll be a very tough out coming down the home stretch. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. When we come back, we'll have the Williston Auto player of the game right here on 660 Keys News Radio back in 30 seconds.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto.